Hi, I'm Raina, and this is going to be a hips focused flow. It's going to be a little more active, and we're going to kind of move through as many ranges of motion in our hips and kind of hit as much of our hips as we can. If you're looking for something a little more passive, I do have a chill hips routine that is on my channel. I'll link it below. And so if you're not kind of feeling like getting heated today, that might be a great option. For this practice, I do recommend having a couple blocks nearby, especially if you're looking to build flexibility and really find engagement, setting good boundaries, and just becoming aware of your body. Beautiful. So when you're ready, we'll come into a tabletop. So take a moment in your tabletop, set yourself up, wiggle your hips, wiggle the shoulders, find activation in your hands, really trying to draw energy up through the earth, gripping into the ground. Taking a breath just to find stability, to center. Great, and from here, I want you to extend your left leg up with the knee bent and the foot facing the sky. Now we're going to take some hip circles here, or knee circles. So start to pull the knee towards the chest, and then open it out. Turn the knee in, and bring it back to center. So pull the knee towards the chest, open it out, turn it in, pull it to center. One more this direction, pull it in, open it out, turn the knee in, bring it back to center. Good. Opposite direction, kick the foot towards the sky. Good. Open the knee out, like kind of like a dog on a fire hydrant. Pull the knee towards the elbow, draw it in, extend it back out, drop the foot towards the earth, fire hydrant, pull the knee up, and then draw it in. Last one, kick it back, open it out, fire hydrant, pull it in, and then pull the knees back together. Bring the knee to the earth. Give the self a little shake, hips a little shake. Good. And we'll do the other side. So bring the left or right foot up, knee off the earth, foot towards the sky. Good. Pull the knee towards the chest. Open it out. Drop the knee in and bring it back to center. Good. Knee to chest. Open it like the fire hydrant. Drop the knee in, foot to the sky, and then bring it back to center. Last one, knee to chest. Fire hydrant. Drop the knee in. Bring it to center. Good. Opposite direction. So kick the foot towards the sky. Open it up, fire hydrant. Knee towards elbow. Bring it back in towards the chest. Good. Kick it out. Open it up. Knee to elbow. Knee to chest. Last one, kick it back. Open it up. Knee towards elbow. Knee to chest. Drop the knee back to the earth. Give the hips a little wiggle. Sit back for a moment. Give the wrists a shake. Make some circles with your fists. Box yourself. Rev the motorcycle. Good. Little shake out. Come back to tabletop. This is where you might want some blocks handy. Bringing the blocks under my hands, and I'll step my left foot to the outside of the block. So both blocks are on the inside of my foot. I have a nice wide lunge here. Starting to send the hips forward, knee bends, chest lifts, lizard lunge. Take a breath in. Try to keep the chest right where it is. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, send the hips back. The chest will move a little, obviously, but we want to just keep it high in a back bend. Good. So inhale to pull forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one, inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale to come forward. Turn the left toes out. Maybe walk the foot out a little bit more. Knee follows toes. Press your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Let the knee open. Chest can spin. Pressing the right hand firmly into the earth. Lift the chest nice and high. Stay right here or sweep the left arm forward. Draw a big circle. Rotate, rotate, rotate with the upper back. Then maybe start to pull the right foot in. And maybe you make contact, maybe you don't. Keep that right foot in. This is a great option. Hug the lower belly in. Good breathing here for 3. Keep pushing the right hand down for 2. Good, with control, lower the right foot down. Sweep the left arm back around. Look out in front of you. Good, tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Start to straighten the front leg, pulling the left toes off the earth. You might want to bring your blocks up a bit higher. For this kind of like cat lunge, I think is what they call it. And if the heel off the earth doesn't feel right, you can definitely keep the heel or the toes to the ground. Good, for 3, for 2. Good, inhale, bend the knee, drop into a low lunge. Exhale, lift the hips up, straighten the leg. Good, 2 more. Drop the hips down, keep the legs strong though. Press up. Good, last one. Drop the hips down, keep the legs strong. And then lower the knee back down. Untuck the toes. Good, start to straighten the leg. Walk the hands back and sit yourself back onto your right leg. You can bring your blocks with you if you'd like. You can even pop a block under your butt if that helps you feel more stable. Choice is yours. Staying in this little fold for 3, for 2. Good, walking the hands back up, finding our lunge, and then taking the left leg back under the body into tabletop. And we'll go right into the other side. So right foot comes to the outside of the blocks. Nice wide little lunge here. Exhale, send the hips back, straighten the leg. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one, inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale to come forward. Turn the right toes out. Maybe widen the stance a little. Knee moves towards toes. Right hand comes to the inside of the right leg. Chest opens. Finding a little twist here. Opening the hip. Really pressing the left hand into the ground. We'll press the left thumb, the left index finger into the ground to your block. Externally rotate the shoulder. And then try to lift. You're lifting away from the earth. Stay right here or reach the right arm out in front of you. Draw a big circle. Rotate the upper body. Then maybe pull the left foot in. And again, if you make contact, great. Today I'm not, and that's okay. I'm still working my flexibility. I'm working my active range. So when you pull the foot in, you're working your passive range a bit more. So I'm really working my active flexibility here. I'm strengthening. I feel engaged. I feel super challenged. For 3. For 2. Good. Lower the foot down with control. Sweep the arm back. Good. Turn the right toes in just slightly. Good. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Send the hips back. Straighten the front leg. Maybe pull the right toes off the earth. You may want to bring your blocks up a little bit higher. Finding this little cat lunge here. And again, toes can stay on the ground for sure. Really just seeing what feels good, what feels within your range today. Good, for 3, for 2. Good, on an inhale, bend the right knee, let the hips sink, but keep the legs strong. Exhale, straighten it. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale to rebend. Lower the knee. Start to straighten the front leg. Walk yourself back, sitting on to the right foot and finding a little fold here. So this time I brought my blocks, giving myself that stability. I can place a block under my butt if I want. And if you're someone who's sitting on your shins has been challenging, this is a great way to start. You can stay up here, but you can really kind of start to build that movement pattern by doing a half version. Good, coming up, walking back into your lunge, and then sliding the right foot under the body. Sit the hips back, bring the blocks behind you, press the hands into the blocks, and then start to lift the hips up and down. So press the hips up and down. 3 more, up, down, for 2, up, down, last one, up and down. Good. Scooch the blocks to the sides here. Sit onto your bottom. Good, bring the soles of the feet together. Take a moment, pull the flesh out from under the body, rock a little side to side, pull the feet as close in to the groin as feels accessible. And start to just flap your little butterfly wings. Good, hands around the ankles. Now start to press your forearms into the inner line of the leg, moving the knees towards the earth. Probably done this stretch a lot. And this again is that passive range. So I want you to try to keep your knees exactly where they are. Start to engage your ass, use the inner line of the leg, and then lift the arms up. And so this is your active range. If the knees bounced up a bit, that's fine. It helps you understand your passive versus your active. Good, press the forearms down again. See if you can find a little bit more space. Try to lock the knees right where they are, and then lift up. Good, 1 more, press the forearms in, find a little bit more passive range. Try to lock the knees right where they are, and then lift the arms up. Good, for 3, for 2. Good, come all the way up. Bring the hands behind you. You can totally use blocks behind you if you'd like. Heels come to the earth. Good. And for this one, you're welcome to keep your hands behind you, but if you want to kind of find some more engagement and work through a little bit more of the active range, then I recommend trying to bring your hands in front of you, maybe just for a round or 2. Good, so sit up nice and tall. I'm almost in a fold here, you can see. So nice and tall, keeping the chest center. Start to drop the knees right, finding the end of your range. Come through center, drop left, and I'll start to slowly scooch towards the camera. Come through center, drop right, through center, drop left. Good, 1 more to each side, through center, drop to the right. This time turn the chest, find a 90-90 here or deer pose. Hands stay just where they are. And now usually we bring the hands to the ground, we find a nice passive fold. But what I want you to do here is arch the back, start to tilt the chest towards the earth. Don't let the spine round. And when you feel like your spine's gonna round, stop. We'll take about 3 to 5 rounds of breath here. You can reach the arms out in front of you or behind you if you feel like that keeps you a little more honest in your back bend. I know it does for me. For 3, for 2, come up, come through center, and drop the legs to the left. Let the chest spin this time. Good, set up your 90-90, and then start to fold. Try trying to find a nice back bend here, and you're not going to fold as deep probably. If I were to use my hands and let myself fold passively, I could get all the way to the ground. But that's not what we're trying today. We're just trying something a little different. You can bring the hands behind the head. There's lots of ways to try to keep yourself actively engaged here. Breathing here for 3. For 2. Good. Come on up. Come to center. And then bring the feet in. Relax a little bit. For this last little segment here, we'll come onto our backs and you'll want your blocks. And so I'm a bigger person, and so I'm going to use 2 blocks, and they're going to go under my lower back, my kind of sacral area, my hips, and it should feel comfortable. So if you're feeling pain, I recommend adjusting the blocks, or maybe taking a blanket or a pillow instead, something a little lower, and starting there. But I don't want you to feel crunching in your lower back or any kind of like weird twinging. So I'm gonna take my blocks, put them next to each other because I like a nice wide base. If you're a smaller person, 1 block long ways may be totally fine for you. But for me, it's no go. Cool. And then I'm gonna sit on them at first just to see and try to find my starting range. You can see I scooted down. My butt is not on the blocks. Laying down, my knees are bent. Cool, and this feels good. It's gonna kind of change as I extend my legs though. So I'm gonna extend one leg first, just start there. Pull the right knee to the chest. Good. And the hands can be around the knee, around the shin, or behind the thigh. If you have a strap, you can always use one of those to just extend your arms a little bit longer. And we'll take just a few rounds of breath here. Well, bring your left hand to your left hip. Your right hand will come either behind your thigh, or if you can reach to the outside of your foot, and you'll find a half happy baby here. And you may see that my left foot is starting to come off the ground. I'm just gonna bend the knee a little bit to give myself a little more stability. I'm still stretching, I'm still feeling stable, but I just want a little more support. And so you can keep the leg extended, or you can bend it if it's feeling like a bit more than you're after on the front of your left hip. For 3. For 2. Good. Release the foot or thigh, and then slowly start to switch. So pull the left knee in, extend the right leg long, find your spot that is available to grab, and just start to pull the knee towards the chest. Bring the right hand to the hip, and then find your version of half happy baby. You may notice one side is a lot more available to you than the other side. And that's great. That's totally fine. Taking just a few rounds of breath here. And slowly releasing the foot or thigh. Pull both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself just a little squeeze. And then extend the legs long. And you'll feel kind of a shift. And you may want to bend your legs a little bit, especially if you feel like you're pretty tight in your hip flexors, the front part of your hips. My hands rest on my belly, but yours can be on the side. Breathing here for 3, for 2, Bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet to the earth. Lift the hips up, slide your blocks out. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And then we'll come into a happy baby. So hands come behind the thighs or around the outsides of the feet. Pulling the knees towards the earth around you. A little flex in the feet. Rocking side to side. You can straighten one leg. Bend the other one in, straighten the other. And then slowly release everything to the earth. Finding a comfortable Shavasana. And giving yourself permission to stay here for as long as you'd like. Taking a moment to thank yourself for making some time for your body, for your breath and your mind. A moment to thank your body for doing all these awesome things. I hope you find as many moments as you can to be in awe of yourself. Thanks for spending some time with me, for sharing your practice. It's a privilege and an honor as always. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.